Very good morning to all of you. I'm Mandar Tosar and I will be your host for the session today. Shah Rukh Khan was at start of his career and was basking in the glory of limelight. His movies were doing good at the box office and he was doing three shifts a day during that time. When he complained that he was too tired to work, Saroj Khanna, who just passed away, told him there's no such thing as too much work. Think of the day when you would not have enough work. Shah Rukh mentioned that this incident changed his perspective about the work forever. He never complained about the workload since then. Only the people who are senior and close to us can impart such life changing lessons because they have lived that life themselves. And only foolish would let go of such learnings that can benefit us forever. Let's learn and grow through the wise words of our speaker today. Welcome to an IIBM induction program of 21st batch Ignite 2020. Hands on, plugs on, minds on. We are blessed to have Riya Gupta as our speaker for the session. She is going to talk about COVID-19's staggering impact on global education. She will present the topic for 45 minutes, followed by 15 minutes of Q&A session. Bright and studious Riya Gupta was 10th state topper from Madhya Pradesh and later she was awarded gold medal from Chief Minister on two occasions. She was also the recipient of Coal India Rajiv Gandhi Scholarship for Girl Child. She always had a dream of becoming a doctor but pursued BBA and MBA. She once again shone in her BBA to become the university topper. Throughout her educational life, she has been studious and a shy girl. But that changed when she took admission at this college. All the faculties and mentors turned her into a confident person. She didn't go for placements and rather went on pursuing her passion of teaching. She worked at three different management institutes as visiting faculty. Then she took a break for 10 years to look after her family. She resumed her career working with an NGO, Children Movement for Civic Awareness. It is a Bangalore based NGO that works in the field of building of civic aware future generation. She then became an instructor at Helenogrady Drama. Since last 3 years, she is working with Priyadarshini Nagpur Public School. Now she is the HOD taking care of English and R&D department there. She has two sons, Daksh and Riyansh. Daksh is a national level swimmer and Riyansh is a cricketer. And what goes without saying is that both these kids are class toppers just like their mom. I told you that she has studied at IIBM, but what I have not told you is that she is the member of the first batch of our college. She is a student of batch 2000 to 2002. She has very fond memories of this college. She got Major Pradeep Rao, General Pitre, and many other faculties as her mentor. I request Riya ma'am to share one or two instances from her college life before she starts her session. It will give the glimpse of what it is like to be studying here to our audience. Over to you, Riya ma'am.
Hello, IEVM. A very good morning. In fact, a lovely morning to all of you. Indeed, amidst this COVID issue, if we are smiling, we are attending the session, we are alive, fresh, I think this is the best what God can give us. So I believe in positivity and I believe in proactivity. So here are my guys. So now these two words, positivity, proactivity, where did it come from? It came from IIEPM and I thoroughly embraced it in my life. So there were lots of ups and downs. Still, I feel I'm able to cope up and move far ahead just because these two words were my aim. Okay, so as told by Mandar, I'm supposed to share two, three incident or one probably about my experience at IIBM. So, 20 years back, I was the first batch student, as you all know. So everything E was a zing thing, the hype thing according to us. So our, faculties used to tell us, okay, tell us students, what is the E thing, what you will be facing or what you are perceiving in future. So no, it used to be a joke for us. Oh, E, what is E? Okay, we'll put E in everything. So we used to add E wherever it was possible. And guys, believe me, That time it was just an imagination, and now everything is E. You all are seeing, we are just into e-learning platform. We all are talking, conversing, so many gadgets. Sir used to ask us, what is Bluetooth? We used to imagine, "Arey, how can gadgets coordinate with each other? But guys, it is happening. So this is the kind of notion I have for IIBM. They are proactive. They do tell us the picture ahead. They are futuristic, and I believe in it. Thank you. So Mandar, can I take over the presentation? Okay, I think I'm good to
Yes,
go.
please. Yeah.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so you want to talk?
No, no, no. You go ahead.
So I'll take over the show?
Yes, please.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, coming to my topic,
Or let me help you with the presentation.
yeah. न चोरहार्यम न च राजहार्यम न भातृभाज्यम न च भारकारी व्यय कृते वर्धते एव नित्यम विद्याधनम. So guys, what does it mean? It means, what is that what wealth is that, in fact, that cannot be stolen? Neither can it be abducted by the state, that cannot be divided amongst the brothers, that is not burdensome to carry. The wealth that increases by giving. What is that wealth? Can you guess? Yes, that wealth is education, the supreme of all possessions, of all wealth. So, what comes to your mind when you see this picture? Yes, Gurukul, the Guru Shishya relation, studying under tree. Yes, students. My students, in fact, my colleagues, I can say. This was the ancient way of learning, what we used to practice 100, 200, not in fact 100, 200, thousands of years back. But then came the Britishers and they modified our ancient way of learning to the real classroom, the way you, me, your parents, in fact, our genre has studied. So this is the real classroom what we people were used to studying. So what comes to your mind when you see this picture? Yes, it's the virtual classroom. It's today's reality. It's a learning environment in which the students, the aspirants, the customers, the partners, the third party, they all engage with the content online, but virtually, not physically. So now I just want to take you to the stride, the future virtual platform of education, GeoGlass. May I have the video, please?
JioFiber has been enabling world-class connectivity at home with collaboration and entertainment solutions for everyone. We went a step further this year to make sure that these digital interactions felt even more real, where people can not only see each other face to face, but also feel the presence of the other person in the same room, despite being physically away. So let me show you our latest innovation, the JioGlass. JioGlass comes with a convenient cable that you can attach to your phone and thus connect to the internet. The JioGlass weighs only 75 grams and is at the cutting edge of technology that provides the best-in-class mixed reality services to give you a truly meaningful and immersive experience. We have paid special attention to the graphics so that the JioGlass users get the highest class visual experience. And on the audio front, we have pioneered a spatial and personalized audio system without having any accessories attached. This audio system supports all the standard audio formats. Let me now deep dive into JioGlass's services. JioGlass already supports more than 25 applications. In times of COVID-19, our way of working and workspace has now completely changed, and digital collaboration has seen an exponential growth. We can now completely reimagine this in the mixed reality space. With GeoGlass, you could be sitting at home and join a meeting in your office with your colleagues in 3 dimensions. Let me show you how this works with a holographic video call with Akash and Isha. Hello, Geo. Please call Akash and Isha.
Hey, Kiran.
Hey there. How are you, Akash? I have Akash in the form of a 3D avatar, and it feels like he's standing in front of me.
Hi, Kiran.
Hi, Isha. And Isha has joined us in a 2D video call format from a home. GeoGlass allows smooth collaboration across devices and platforms to ensure we stay connected, no matter where we are. And while you're chatting with your colleagues, you can also share presentations that you will be able to view and present on a large virtual screen in any virtual environment you want with the help of GeoGlass. Not only that, you can also have design discussions and deliberations by sharing 3D assets and holograms with your colleagues. The COVID-19 pandemic has prompted one of the most important applications in the immersive space, which is education. GeoGlass is making teachers and students come together in 3D virtual rooms and conduct holographic classes through our Geo Mixed Reality Cloud in real time. We can literally travel to the bylanes of Agra and immerse ourselves in the wonderful architecture of the Taj Mahal, or the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, or the Colosseum in Rome. With GeoGlass, the traditional way of learning geography will now be history. Okay, I need to get back to the AGM, so I'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Riya ma'am, maybe you are on mute. Riya ma'am, it seems you are on mute. You will have to unmute yourself.
Hey guys, I'm back. So aren't you all overwhelmed to see this? I am, and I'm definitely sure you will be too. It's the futuristic thing, the GeoGlass. We are just not stuck, even the world is stuck. But can you see? These guys are working for the development of education, for the development of real-time interaction, what is going to happen in future. They're talking about the 3D avatars. They're talking about the 3D virtual meetings. They're talking about the 3D virtual rooms, the 3D images. So entire world is gonna take a stride. It's a mixed reality service in real time, what we are going to see in future. Yes, so this is our topic. Who is this, you might be wondering? Yes, guys, I'm damn sure you're able to perceive yourself in this bubble. This is a bubble of COVID-19, what has actually made you compact in your world. You all are mask-ridden, you all are home-ridden, but you are studying. But believe me, guys, don't worry. Let me talk ahead, and I'm sure by the end of this session, you will be positive and you'll move ahead. So here comes my topic, COVID-19's staggering impact on global education. Guys, this is the change. The coronavirus outbreak, it has shut the colleges, the universities, the schools, all the working organizations, everything has gone to a standstill. No, guys, but no, I will say this is not the scene. See here, the global monitoring of the school closures caused by COVID-19. You can see the localized, the countrywide effect, but then I see the positive thing that there are blue zones also where things are open. So what exactly I'm wanting to convey? As quoted by the great philosopher Plato, necessity is the mother of invention. Knowledge must be free for all, said by Guru Rabindranath Tagore. And finally, education must carry on under any circumstances. See this. This was the amount of the affected learners. 61% of total enrolled learners after we started with the e-learning thing. There is almost 111 colleges, countries where closures are there. So, what is the new normal? Yes, you are able to guess it right. It's a total no right now for the old system of studying, but it's a total yes. We are open for the change, the new system of learning, the e-learning. So, what is online education? Yes, it is an education which is provided by the teachers to the students by the computers. I mean, they are talking to each other, they are quoting via online platforms possible. We are having meetings. I am right now conversing with you via virtual platforms. So here we are not coming in the direct contact with each other, but definitely we are collaborating with the students, with whosoever possible, with the aspirants in the form of virtual platform. See here, you are not restricted to a small classroom. What I am showing you here is all over the world, you can have classroom. I mean, you can have students from all over the world. You can have teachers from all over the world. So what are the methods of imparting knowledge online? Guys, there are two types of methods. It is asynchronous learning and synchronous learning. So what is asynchronous learning? So if you go through the definition, it is described as an online space where work is supported through the use of digital platforms in such a way that participants are not required to be online at the same time. So talk about even a normal telephone call, an email, a WhatsApp, or a distance learning program where you're not virtually online. That is asynchronous learning. But what is synchronous learning now? So synchronous learning environment resembles face-to-face learning. It takes place through digital platforms where learners they are utilizing the online media at the same time. So you all are very much aware of all these platforms. Let me first talk about the tools, what we require for online education. You all are very thorough about it. I'm just going very quickly. So you require a computer system, an internet connection, a headphone, your basic computer operating skills. And yes, these are the AV conferencing platforms through which you can coordinate. So you all are, I know, very much thorough with this webinar jam, the Zoom thing, the Teams, the Khan Academy. A lot of options or operating systems have already come into picture. So why is it the need of the hour? Why do you think I'm talking about all these things? Yes, guys. So it's the attack of the COVID-19, which came on China first, and now it has attacked the entire world. And it has actually led to the closure of almost 180 schools worldwide, countrywide. But now 1.2 billion children worldwide are out of their classrooms. There is fear and panic amongst all regarding the exposure of corona to themselves and to their wards. Because of this, nobody is able to move out. There's uncertainty regarding discovery of the cure. Though our scientists all over the world are working, but still we are not sure whether we'll be able to get it. So what is the option left with us? It is online learning. Almost 200 plus universities all over the world, the Harvard, say the Oxford, say the Princeton, you talk about any university where admissions were difficult at a point of time. Now you just type, just type whatever course you want to pursue. There is availability of n number of type of courses in n number of colleges. So what is it? Don't you think so? It's a real big advantage for all of you guys. See here, being at home in front of your parents, you're well protected. You don't have to travel. You don't have to spend that much money in staying accommodation. So sitting at home, you can do everything online. This is COVID-19's staggering impact on global education. This was the scenario. On 25th Feb, zero point 0.3 billion students were impacted. By 23rd March, 1.38 billion students were affected. So imagine the scenario now. So now let's come back to the actual thing, the SWOT analysis. I'm not very well aware, but I am sure that you might have heard this term SWOT. Okay, what is this SWOT? SWOT is the analysis about the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats of any particular incident or an event or a topic or a discussion what we go through. So let me start with the first thing, the strength about which we should always think in our lives also. Guys, so what is online education? It is anywhere, any place, anytime. It outrightly rejects the age-old chalk talk method. It is not limited to the four walls of classroom. It is now worldwide. The world is just a click away. You have to just have continuous access to your internet. So your lectures, your course material, everything is available to you any place, anytime. Type anything on Google also. There's a lot of material ready for you. Guys, this was not the scenario with us. Yeah, definitely that time Google did start, but the content was scarce. Everything was limited, but you guys are open to so many things. And the second strength is the synergy and the dynamic interaction. So what does it convey? What does it mean? So it works in collaboration. We just saw in Geo. So it is using 125 platforms. They're actually having a synergy effect and they are using it. So again, online education works on the term synergy. It utilizes multiple kinds of gadgets, technologies, innovations, and give as much possible as for you. Now, access to online resources is the next strength. Again, I was talking to you guys. The content is not physically located. Now you don't have to go to libraries. I know you all are limited to your houses. You cannot access libraries, but don't you see you have the Google thing? You have so many browsing platforms. You can just click and you can really have so much material in your hand. You have your lectures online. Everything is being given to you freehand. So we don't have to worry. We are getting everything. Then what is the next strength of this online education? Yes, it is student-centered. It is more customized. As per the requirement of the student's caliber, we can customize the course content. That is the plus point. While you are in the classroom, definitely teacher has to talk an overview. But when it comes to customized education, you can request your teacher to modulate their presentations, to modulate their stuff according to your needs. So the learning environment is developed in such a way that it is very flexible, very adaptable. Then comes the next point, creative thinking, the creative teaching also. So yes, again, as I was talking, it is a collaborative effort. It is a blended learning. Teachers are really the teachers, the lecturers, the visiting faculty. We all are trying to use as much as possible the new innovative technologies in teaching you guys, in telling you guys that yes, this is what we are promising you. So videos, discussions, PPTs, webinars. These are all innovative ways which have come inside. So again, it's a promising way of teaching given by online education because of the effect of COVID-19. So a positive thing again. Access to universal faculties worldwide. So when we used to study, I remember teachers from IBM and also big companies used to come and give sessions, but it used to depend only on their availability. They had to come virtually, they had to come actually really and give us the session. But now, don't you think so that all the faculties, you know, they are spanning across the world, but they are able to give you sessions. Right now, I'm sitting at Nagpur, but I'm able to give you the session. It's actually not possible for me to travel to Pune and come and give you the session. But yes, because of this platform, I'm able to access you guys. So this is again a promising thing. So what is the next topic? Generation Next prepared to Generation Next. You are the Generation Next, guys. So I think this COVID-19 is a transition, is actually the propellant which is forcing you to prepare yourself for the generation next. Why I showed you the GeoGlass thing. I understand you should not become slave to technologies. We are human beings. COVID-19 is not intelligent. We are intelligent. We should prepare ourselves. COVID said we should have no social interaction. So what did we say? We human beings, we said we will have internet interactions. COVID-19 said there won't be any classroom. We said, we gave an answer. We will have virtual classrooms. So it depends on us how we take things, you know. So COVID says a lot of things, but we have to get the solution out. So again, these points you understand very well. Maintaining social distance during COVID-19, it is really possible. You can save yourself, you can save your family. You don't have to go hitherto to do your things. Being at home, you can very well access everything and do your work. And continuation of education. This is the foremost point why I have been talking about the age-old system of tradition. Please understand this point, guys. See, we used to have more Gurukul Shishya system, but with change of time, that was again a point of transition, you know. Everyone changed. Yes, if we would have not changed, would it have been possible for us to go into the real classrooms? No, guys. So that time also we changed. So again, this is a change, you know, period of transition where we actually require change. So we should accept it, embrace it, adapt to it, and move ahead gracefully. Yes. So now what are the weaknesses of online education? Low student mobility and interaction. I very well understand, guys, that you might all be very interested in meeting each other. But keep in mind, problems will come, problems will go. We have to search for solutions. So if social interaction is not there physically, you can always have virtual interaction. God has given us so many options. Our scientists has given us so good technologies. So I really don't feel that, you know, if you're not getting social interaction, you're being alone. No, you're able to access so much. Low student mobility. You're not able to visit so many places for your presentations, for your, you know, whatever attachments or, you know, some placements and all. But definitely there gonna be some chance for you. So this is a weakness what you have to turn it to the advantage of yourself. Yeah, this point definitely I will say issues of assessment and accreditation of learning outcomes is a problem for the Global Education Committee. So now initially, if you all might be knowing, the assessment system was subjective based. So, you know, actually going for subjective assessment through internet is definitely difficult. So now we have to devise newer ways of assessing individuals. And how do we promise or how do we accredit the learning outcomes? So this is again a challenge, but definitely I'm sure we'll be able to overcome it. Comes again competency standards and qualification frameworks. This also needs to be developed. Relating to the old point, definitely this is a big challenge because right now we are amidst things. We are not able to guess when are we going to come out of it. But with time, we will be able to develop all these things also. This point definitely might be affecting you guys increase in screen time, and it might be straining your eyes. Physically, you might not be exhausted, but mentally, yes. So I really feel that if you're going for normal yoga or meditation, if you exercise, I think you will be able to come out from all these problems also. Again, there's a weakness. No teamwork, no joint problem solving, and no extracurricular. Guys, you can virtually coordinate with each other. You can take a task as given by your faculties, and via Zoom and so many other platforms, you can definitely have a joint problem solving thing. So this weakness you can convert to your strength again. So this is what is for you. Opportunities. You should not be staggered by the impact of COVID on education. I know the entire globe is, but I take it as a positive aspect. See, you have education without mobility. Now you don't have to travel all throughout the world. I just showed you in my previous slides that you don't have to travel all the way to US, to Singapore. Being at your place, you can now develop yourself. You can have the online diplomas offered by these universities, the esteemed universities, where education was very high, but difficult admissions were there. Give me a minute. Yeah. So I will say this is an advantage for you. So you guys have the right time. You don't have to waste time in traveling. Here you can actually develop your skill sets. You can actually understand what is happening in the market, the demand, the supply. You can actually improvise on your skill sets. How? You should just first tap your potentials. You should know what is there inside you. And then what is not there, what you can add on to your profile. And then there is a variety of courses available. So this is the right time where you can develop yourself because you're getting ample of time. So it's not necessary that you're just doing MBA, so you should be just an MBA. So you can be a coder also. So you can, go in for web designing also. There are n number of things, n number of courses, what you can do simultaneously together. So this is something again positive for you. You can actually do time management right now. The second point is foreign travel costs reduced. It relates to the same point. Now we don't have to really, travel and get the education, the kind of education what we want. Sitting at home also we can do it. The third point is integration of technology and artificial intelligence for learning. Yes, the technology has offered us such a big advantage that for learning, we can have all kinds of artificial intelligence things, the newer gadgets through which we can learn so many things. You just saw in GeoGlass, biology, geography, how they were teaching. Virtually we can just go to the Taj Mahal and we can see the entire thing and understand each and every aspect. So this is India, but we can go worldwide. So when it comes to management also, there is so much. We can travel probably to different companies and see how they are working. So it is on us how we take it. The next point is job opportunities for tech savvy instructors and teachers. Surely. See, we are the senior professionals. We are not that tech savvy. We used to be, but now we have assistants. So we are also trying to develop ourselves. We are not wasting our time. But you guys are the guys of the generation next. You are already equipped with all these things. So it is an opportunity for you guys, You can really take an advantage of this thing and move ahead. You don't have to wait for anybody. New opportunities for virtual infrastructure. So what I'm saying is, let the old go. Let the obsolete go. Watch out for the newer things. So with the old, there are newer opportunities which are generated. So definitely, there will be new infrastructure will be coming up, which is coming up, and which definitely is going to give you job opportunities. So you don't have to worry for your job. Right now, you should concentrate on just developing your skill sets and actually understanding the demand also, that how you should actually be able to tap that advantage, that potential of yours, and be proactive and actually get that job, 2 years later. So this is the right time to develop yourself. Okay, now this point is again very important. This online education, it is really beneficial for the part-time, full-time workers and the education aspirants. So what was happening, because of the full-time actually demanded by these MBA classes, there were aspirants who were actually working because of their needs or whatever. They were not able to undergo all these sessions. They were not able to get the admission. But yes, this is a positive time for them. So these online lectures, they can attend anywhere, anytime, any place. So it is beneficial for them, definitely. Okay, not to talk last but least, there's again one point which is very important according to me is training retention rates are higher. Now you have the entire course material, the content in your hand. If you miss it, then again, still you can go back to it and you can see it. And if you understand that graph, that 10% of what you read, 20% of what you see, and 30% of what you hear. But if you have a collaborated thing of teaching, wherein all these factors are involved, the retention of our mind is higher. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So you are having all kind of impacts, visual impacts, the audio impact, the 3D impact, which we just saw. So, we can have a real high retention rate, which can really, really, really develop your skill sets. So what are the threats? So we should not actually focus on the threats, but we should talk definitely about it. The poor availability of tech savvy instructors and teachers. See guys, up till so far, we were used to undergo the chalk talk technology of teaching. There were only real classrooms. And definitely, the sessions using computers were on, but the teachers were not that tech savvy. So definitely, again, this is a challenge in front of developing countries like India. I don't think so. It's a challenge for other countries. I'm not saying for all the countries, but depending on the kind of infrastructure the countries have, this is a challenge for us that we should have more advanced, more tech savvy instructors and teachers who prepare our generation next. Then the second point is poor infrastructure of the country. So only 12.5% of internet connections is available across India. What about the rest? We have to have such an infrastructure wherein we are able to provide the entire country with open access to internet. This is a challenge for us. Again, it is unaffordable for poor parents. Oh, I am really, taken aback by this thing. I was really shocked. Being an educator, I can share my experience if you guys are interested. I work in a school. So what really happened? There's a lot of, fuss going on that fees should not be paid. Parents, if they are not earning, how they will give the fees? But then, what was again a bolt from the blue? They had to buy the computers or the laptops or mobiles for their children. They had to even buy the desk, which otherwise was not there at their home. So it was again an added cost for the poor parents. Some were able to afford, but not all. So this was an advantage which actually came suddenly to us. So it really didn't give us a lot of time for preparation. So I think you're thorough about this point. I'll switch over to the next one. Now, yeah, this point is definitely it really depends on you. There are behavioral issues due to social isolation. When you increase your screen time, when you're not meeting people, when you're isolated socially, what happens? It impacts your mind. You're mentally blocked. But guys, again, I'm telling you, you have your family with you. that is the best time, the golden time what you're having. You should not feel you're socially isolated. You can always talk to your friends. You can always talk to your colleagues and have joint problem solving. You should not take it as a disadvantage. Take it as an advantage that you're getting ample of time with your near and dear ones. And you can talk, you can relate, you can have happy lunch, happy dinner time. So these behavioral issues can definitely be avoided by taking positive thoughts in your mind and using that time for your betterment, for developing the skill sets what you actually require for your future attachment, for your future placements. Yeah, this point definitely I cannot comment on much. The cyber security issues. There are cyber thefts, happening. There are a lot of intruders which disturb our classes when they get the codes and all, the links and all. So the country has to work for it, and definitely the related personals they are working. So this issue definitely I cannot prompt on much, but we will be able to get measures. We will be able to come out of it. Last but not the least, as told by Mandar sir, I'm an instructor for CMCA. I do talk about civic awareness to all the students. Let me come back to this point. So if we not actually use the papers for the exams and worksheets online, we are able to save 5.4 billion pages just in India. See, we are saving on the global warming thing also. So take it as a positive thing. Don't be afraid. We have to believe in the blended learning. We have to believe in collaborative learning. We have to take it as a chance. So, what I mean to say, guys, use your brain, use your science. You become digital mentors. Harness the new technology, the innovations. Keep a track of the latest infrastructural requirements, as in the technical ones, the artificial intelligence ones, related topics, and upgrade yourself. Don't be afraid of this COVID 19. You should not be. Take necessary precautions, but prepare yourself. Be ready for the stride. So, what do you need to do actually? See, you have to first re examine yourself. You have to reinvent yourself. You have to develop the skills, the traits, what are mandatory for the survival. You are like that fish in the pond that has been left in the open sea. Now it depends on you how you are able to cope up with that open sea. It is the entire theory is all about survival of the fittest, as quoted by Charles Darwin. If you're able to survive, if you're able to float, and if you're able to move ahead, you have won the show. Yes, the show must go on. You should develop traits like leadership. You should learn be spontaneous. You should learn being analytical, being logical. You should be creative. So there are 4 P's basically what I'm talking about. You should be predictive, you should be preventive, you should be personalized and participatory. So, what do you understand by the term predictive? Predict the future, predict the requirement. Preventive, prevent yourself from getting obsolete from the behavioral issues. Move ahead. Personalized, personalize your testimonials. Develop your testimonials, add to your profile, add to your traits, add to your skill sets. Participatory, participate and innovate in whatever way you can, in whatever possible way you can, and whatever comes to your mind, whatever comes to your stride. Participate in the betterment of the country. You have to be really intelligent, you have to be immersive, you have to be innovative, then only you can take the stride. So I just end up by saying this quote: strive harder, soar higher. Don't be afraid of the pandemic thing. We have a lot of opportunities. I have catered to it. I am sure you will also be able to cater to it. Thank you, guys. Over to you, Mandar sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, you have sort of busted most of the questions that were there. I'll quickly pick up the things that are not addressed, and we will wrap up closely because there's another session
Right.
that is about. The first question is how to undergo vocational training online.
Okay, so there are a variety of courses already available on net. You have to first search. You first should understand that what kind of vocational course. Like I was just talking about the coding thing. So, once you learn coding, you can really tap on the computer skills very well. So once you develop the web designing thing, it depends on where exactly you want to go in. So there are a lot of courses available online. You should just try to target that and enroll and just go in this stride. That's it.
Okay.
You can have, in fact, if you are not good at public speaking skills, so I will say this is the right time when we can opt for, speaking platforms, and you can develop your skill sets. You can develop time management skills. You can develop leadership skills. So there are n number of things what you can do. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is
Yeah.
how one can build rapport with faculties and fellow students in online training mode.
Okay. Okay, yeah, definitely. I believe students that you might be definitely interested in knowing your faculties and your colleagues, but you can have, Zoom meetings, and so there you can have, a topic wherein you all can discuss. So that is the right way, where you can actually put your point, see each other, talk to each other. So as I just said, COVID is not intelligent. We are intelligent. We have to convert that no social isolation given by COVID to internet advantage. This is what I will say. Thank you.
The next question is will online training and learning continue post COVID 19?
Okay. So I really feel this is a temporary phase. Definitely, it's not going to transit the entire scenario of education. Once the vaccine is out, definitely there's gonna some change. Nobody is able to predict. See, change is unpredictable, and it all depends on time. So there's no sure shot, guarantee what I can give. But I still feel there will be definitely blended learning now. Once we have stepped into something, definitely it's going to take the stride.
Makes
So
sense.
it will be used in a blended form. So you should be prepared for it. Thank you.
Right. The next question is do
Yeah.
you recommend us going for foreign languages as there are no physical boundaries now for collaborating with international businesses?
Oh, definitely. I would definitely suggest, because now your jobs are also not limited, as I was talking about the mobility thing. So it's not necessary that you have to have a job in India only. You can now, as per requirement, have a job all throughout the world. So once you really are, undergoing such training processes of languages also, it will be an added advantage for your profile. I mean, it will add to your testimonial. So you should definitely go ahead for it.
Okay. Thank you. Next question is government thinking of any policy level changes to accommodate online learning?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not very well aware about the universities, because my arena is definitely school. So right now we have come up with measures in which we have to have examinations, objective examinations. So, subjective thing is going null. What is actually coming up is objectivity.
Okay.
So I really feel government is definitely, even they are not able to foresee what is going to happen, but they are just being proactive, time being, and they are trying to devise measures of solving the problems. So the government is also trying to cope up, definitely.
Okay. And we'll have one last question.
Yeah.
Do you suggest any changes at home if you are going to study online for some time to come?
Changes at home. Okay. I would rather say that, I mean, this is what I did. When people were asking me, oh, how are you feeling? You might be feeling so bored being at home because of this COVID-19 thing. So I told them I am so very happy, because after 16 years of my marriage, I'm getting the golden period being with my hubby. I'm getting the golden period both my son, as I just told you, they are into swimming and cricket. So my entire day used to go, lining up for their diets and their sports requirements. Then my school also where I'm working. So entire day was pretty packed. But I took it as an advantage that now I'm getting ample time, for them, for my betterment. I learned a lot from my kids also. I mean, while educating the teachers, I also had to be tech savvy. So I also learned a lot of things. So you should always take it as an advantage, and I really feel so. So this is the best time, and you should just have, a room, if possible, where you can just, sit and study silently and quietly. This is the only, change what you can do to your routine. Give some proper time for your education. That's it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Raman, for answering all the questions that students
Thank
had.
you.
Most of them you have anyways covered in your presentation.
Okay.
And
I don't know. I mean, whether they got bored or they were happy.
I'm sure they were happy. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for explaining how COVID is going to impact the way we learn and how to
Okay.
prepare ourselves to respond to COVID-19. And
Right.
I also thank all the students to get online on Sunday morning, which
Yeah.
was very difficult. I respect their tenacity to learn. And on this thought, we will close today's session. In some time, we have to have another session. Thank you, Raman, for joining from Nagpur, and thank
So
you all.
thank you, kids. I will just end up by saying, have your digital presence, have your online identity. Don't be scared. Prepare yourself, develop your skill sets, develop your traits. Just be prepared. Plan for today and prepare for tomorrow. I will end up with this. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Yeah.